My name is Kayla Fletcher, and I'm going to be walking you through a rollover tutorial. So what exactly is a rollover? So a rollover is an inversion that we typically do in a authentic or classical or contemporary Pilates practice, which involves you putting the weight on your upper body and bringing your legs overhead behind you. It's not usually practiced until you're at more of an advanced level, but if you ever encounter one and you're not advanced, whatever that means, and you do want to still enjoy the benefits, I'm going to walk you through a few tips that can help you get there. So first thing we want to think about is it's easier to go down than to go up. So we want to practice strengthening our body on the way down first. So what we're going to do is learn a few tricks of how you can lift and elevate your pelvis up so you're not starting straight from the ground. You're up at a little bit of an incline so you don't have to come up as far off of the mat, because rolling over, coming overhead is going to be the hardest part versus rolling down is going to be the easier part. And second, I'm also going to give you some placeholders to do if rollover is really not working for you that day. There's a couple exercises that you can do instead that will give you the same benefits of a shoulder stand or an inversion. So first off, we do shoulder stands and inversions because it helps articulate our spine. It gets our blood flowing in a different direction. It gets our circulation going, and it has positive benefits to that. It also can help with stress and all of these things. So that's why we put it into practice, but it's just really important that we are doing it when we're ready and we feel strong and it feels good for us to do. Safety, okay? So first, your safety is going to be your neck. You are never, ever rolling on your neck. There's never pressure on your neck. That is the number one thing, okay? So a few things that you can have around your house. If you have a Pilates barrel, great, go for it. You're going to use that. This is a mini stability ball. They come in 3 sizes. Usually this is the smallest. I actually recommend a bigger one. This one's a bit small, but it does work in place. There's a 10-inch one, and there is I think like a 12 or 13-inch one. So any of the sizes work. That's a great option. These are pretty affordable. You can get one for about $15 on Amazon. You can simply use just couch cushions, more firm, because when your body weight's on it, it's going to decompress. So you see I have 2 stacked up here. And another trick, a foam roller, or if you don't have a foam roller, what I like to do is I have 2 yoga mats. You might just have one. Mine are actually yoga mats, so they're a little bit thicker. This won't work with Pilates mat. Is I just roll it up, and then I have a budget foam roller, okay? So why don't we start with this version, and then we'll kind of go from there. So this will be if you have a foam roller or if you have a fake foam roller. So when you have a foam roller or a fake foam roller, you're going to put it underneath the crook of your knees. I'm like, how tall am I? Where am I going to go when my legs are overhead so you can see me? So I'm going to lie down. I'm going to lift my hips up into a bridge, and I'm going to place the roller or this thing, the rolled up mat, underneath my pelvis. The reason why 2 mats works a little bit better than 1 is because it's a little thicker, a little sturdier. It doesn't squash down as much, okay? You're gonna put your hands onto the roller so that it doesn't move around, and you're gonna bring your legs to tabletop. This is an important step. You wanna make sure that you can turn your head from side to side. You could talk or sing if you wanted to. You can see my voice is not constricted. That's really important, okay? And the bigger your prop is underneath your hips, the more prone you're going to be to have pressure on your neck. So you're going to really want to make sure I feel the weight is right here, the back of my chest, okay? So here's the rollover. You're going to straighten your legs, lift your legs to the ceiling, and then curl without using momentum your legs up off the floor. Okay, now I'm here. I'm not letting my legs fall to the ground. So I'm going to think about lifting my tailbone up towards the ceiling, and my legs are energetic. Then I'm going to start to roll my spine down. Eventually the barrel is going to catch me. Okay, and
And then my next tip here is don't let your legs go out here and hang out for a long time. You're gonna exhaust your core. So I like to bring my knees back into tabletop and regroup, okay? So let's try that again. You're gonna straighten your legs, you lift them to the ceiling, and then your legs go overhead. Okay, now if you're feeling confident and you know that your roller is not gonna roll away, you can also have your arms down on the floor beside you so you get a real true sense of what this exercise is like. To exit, you bring your knees into your chest. If it's a roller, you push it away and then you bring your legs down and you're gonna give yourself a couple breaths on your back to just let it relax. Okay, so what would this look like if it was a ball? Not much different. I would lift my hips and I'd put the ball right underneath my sacrum. Ooh, and here we go. So it's the same thing. The tricky thing with the ball is it's not as big. So when you're rolling down, it's more prone to being like right now it was just like off to the side. And that could have been because of me or because of the ball. Okay, so that's just the funny thing with the ball because it is circular that you're gonna have to be careful with that. So that's why I like the roller or the rolled up mats a bit better. So what happens if that's just like a no-go for you and it's not working? What exercise could you do as a placeholder instead? Well, a shoulder bridge is really great because you're still getting an inversion. So, your knees are bent and you're gonna still roll your hips up. You're getting the blood flow, your hips are above your head and you're rolling your spine down. You're working that segmental control. You're pushing into your arms and then rolling down, okay? I'm gonna give you one last tip before I let you go, and I encourage you to leave comments below and ask more questions if I didn't answer your question, because this is not an exhaustive list of tips. There are so many more layers and layers to this. So my last thing is, if you are comfortable with any of these exercises but you're really struggling, don't forget about your arms, okay? It is a shoulder stand, it is about your arms. So when I start to lift my hips up, I'm pushing, I'm in my arms here, okay? So, and then I'm here, I'm not collapsed. I'm pushing into my arms, my triceps are really feeling it. And when I roll down, it's my arms. The lower I get, the more my arms. Now I'm really feeling it in my arms as my legs go down. So you're gonna think and coach yourself. If you see or feel this is starting to happen, you're not using your arms enough and you need to work on the ability to push into the floor. Keep your chest and shoulders open, okay? So I hope that helps. And you're gonna think about this when you do your single leg circle, your corkscrew, and your shoulder bridge in our traditional series together, okay? So anytime you're laying down and your arms are flat on the floor, you're practicing pushing the full surface of your arm into the floor to cultivate the strength that you're gonna need in order to master the rollover one day, okay? I might have accidentally called it a roll up a few times, slip of the tongue. I hope that helps. Keep working on it. Don't get frustrated. Know that you're a human and it's just gonna take practice. So keep yourself safe and enjoy it. And I hope this helps. See you later.